After a panoply of extensive and unusual lies amid federal indictments charging conspiracy, wire fraud, and false statements to the FEC, among other crimes, it seems that finally Congressman George Santos will be leaving the U.S. House of Representatives. He is expected to be formally expelled from the lower chamber on Friday in a vote that is likely to have significant bipartisan support. Mr. Santos is not alone in his departure. Now, no one else has lied about volleyball careers or Broadway credentials or Chinese kidnapping plots. No one else, other than Senator Bob Menendez, is under federal indictment, and no one else is getting expelled. But a whole lot of congresspeople are leaving. A surge of lawmakers on both sides of the aisle are leaving Washington, precisely at the same time as Republican dysfunction becomes a way of life on Capitol Hill. Connection? Maybe. One of them is Congresswoman Anna Eshoo, Democrat of California, who is leaving after more than 30 years in the House. Joining me now is the Congresswoman herself, Anna Eshoo of California. Congresswoman Eshoo, thank you so much for being here. First, let me ask you, why leave now?
Well, I think it's time. And contrary to, the mess in Washington and people fleeing, I'm really not running away from the Congress. I think it's time. At the end of this term, I will have represented my constituents for 32 years in the House of Representatives. So I've experienced a great deal. It's really the highest honor and privilege of my life. And my constituents have been, for them to place their trust in me over, 3 decades. I'm enormously grateful. But I just felt something inside this time, a tug that I haven't felt before. So it's time.
You've served your country so loyally, and I certainly don't mean to diminish that at all. And I think most of us, if not all of us, can absolutely understand why 32 years is sufficient. But there have been a lot of departures announced this year. I believe we're up to 30 House seats that are opening up. Mm-hmm. And I wonder if you could tell us sort of how you've seen Congress change and the work of Congress change from the start of your career until now.
Well, it has changed, and it has changed dramatically. There's always been heated, robust debate, and the House of Representatives is a rough and tumble place, which I love. But at the end of those debates, consensus would be developed. And we don't have that now. And this is not just a messy story out of Washington, D.C. I have really seen the near collapse of what I understood to be the Republican Party. Republican Party, and I'm a devout Democrat, but the Republican Party has produced great leaders for our country. It was a great party. So to see a great party really just more than chipped away at is very sad. And it's dangerous as well, because our system depends on two functioning parties. And when one party is in the majority or the other, they have to be devoted to governing. But that's not the case now.
I wonder if you could, for folks who are out there and don't understand why people still run for office and why Democrats still feel the work is worth doing, even when the other party is non-functional. Tell us what it has meant to you to serve in Congress for these last 30-odd years.
Well, I think there's something deeply embedded in us that we want to serve, that we want to do something for our country. I guess my mother and father would say it's patriotism, but that public service is a calling. I believe that it is a calling. And so it's something that runs very deep. Now, they're very tough jobs, too. I mean, you have an enormous amount of responsibility. And the job is really 24/7. So many constituents have asked me over the years, how do you balance your public life with your personal life? And I said, there isn't a balance. This job and its responsibilities have to come first. But it is, I think, a great blessing.
Well, we are all lucky as a country to have had you in that seat for this long.
Oh,
Thank
you're
you.
so nice. Thank you.
Thank you, Congresswoman Anna Eshoo. Thank you for your time tonight. Thank you for your time these last 3 decades.
Thank you.